All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game taking place here on Concealed Hill. This is going to be JohnnyCage versus Bizzare. This game did come highly recommended from, well, viewers and also the replay site. Eagle-eyed viewers will notice that this is not a NetEase replay, hence no population tab over here, but there are observers, so hopefully this is still going to be very, very entertaining. Over here on the top right-hand side of the map, we have Bizzare spawning as the pink orc. Meanwhile, over here on the bottom left, we have, well, CSC Ace, really playing under the name JohnnyCage. We'll see whether or not he lives up to his Mortal Kombat fame name, or, well, actually, I don't even know what the OR is in this particular situation. Anyways, it looks like it will be a tavern hero. This is a blacksmith first, followed by barracks. So that normally means riflemen to open up with. There isn't a large number of peasants actually gathering lumber right now, so he is going to be a little bit blocked in terms of overall production. As you can see, adding in another peasant here, it's going to be quite some time before he's able to get up to that 30 lumber to build that first rifleman. And in fact, he'll have to perhaps move a unit over here to the tavern in order to try and train up a single unit. Meanwhile, it is going to be a standard Voodoo Lounge, Barracks, and Blade Master. Blade Master and Orc players were rejoicing. If you guys haven't checked out my thoughts on patch 1.31, or you just want to hear someone else read something and give you their opinions, definitely check that out. Patch 1.31 does look to be very, very interesting and entertaining indeed. You can take a look. Riflemen now starting to be trained up here. A little bit of loss in terms of lumber, but things should all be going normal now, and it is gonna be riflemen with paladin. All right, so similar to how the Death Knight leads his army of Crypt Fiends, we're gonna be looking at well, a paladin leading an army of riflemen. Now, this is going to be interesting to say the least. We may have to look at the other possibilities as well. Perhaps focus fire, perhaps acid bomb. That would be a very good follow-up. But then again, without that Archmage as your primary hero, things can get go sideways very, very quickly. Rifleman getting in a couple of shots on that grunt before the grunt closes in on that distance. Paladin is still off over here. Blade Master going to be making its way over. Does have double healing salves. Militia now being called down to try and clear out this 4-2-2 creep camp. And this creep camp is perhaps one of the most difficult creep camps for him to actually try and clear up, as the Blade Master is going to go ahead and, well, perhaps try and do a little bit of a steal. The cooldown on the Blade Master, he is going to be able to get, I believe, both of those shots in right there, as the Blade Master now down to 432 hit points and is now backing away. More riflemen still being trained. No upgrade on that damage as of yet. Holy Light coming across to heal up that rifleman here, and this is just trying to be as, well, purposeful as possible. Blade Master still very much nearby in terms of the harassment category. Meanwhile, the rifleman could perhaps try to just firing squad down this grunt here, and if with a little bit of micro, things could go sideways very quickly. All right, grunt already down to 323 hit points. Meanwhile, Blade Master does have a healing salve, and the rifleman now using that firing squad to get some damage back here. All right, the weak part of this whole entire army is going to be, well, the Paladin. The Paladin can Holy Light any other unit besides himself, and because of that, well, the Paladin is the weakest link here. That is a lot of supply, though, in Riflemen. 12 supply in Riflemen. Meanwhile, we are upgrading to Tier 2. No Arcane Tower as of yet, and the Blade Master says, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and reveal myself here, cause a whole bunch of problems. Double circlets of nobility all the way. What does it mean? Peasant or a militia getting in the way of the retreat right there. A little bit of a misstep by the human player. Meanwhile, the rifleman still absorbing a lot of that damage in that front line spot, and Paladin gets up to level 2, going to be going into Devotion or an additional +2 armor, making it very difficult to try and take that down. Meanwhile, farm is now being doubly built here. We are looking at 34 over 36 supply. Peasants may get taken down, and once again the Blade Master is going to reveal himself, causing some problems. The Arcane Tower is significantly delayed, and with that, significant delay. Well, the Blade Master is just going to be able to run amok inside. All right, Rifleman now looking to perhaps head back out across through here. The Scout Tower, if it had Arcane Tower, it should be able to do a lot of damage back to that Blade Master, removing much of that mana as well, as a Staff of Teleportation now comes in. Paladin shows up to the party, unable to block any of the routes out here. Meanwhile, Blade Master able to slip on through. Paladin does have a Cloak of Shadows, and a new tower may be forced to be added here. All right, low hit point Rifleman down to 150 hit points. That low hit point Rifleman, is it gonna... Well, Blade Master purposely not going after that low hit point Rifleman. Paladin is still here, and if the Paladin perhaps can get to level 3, well, everything will be forgiven. You can see that the Paladin is purposely pulling with aggro, and now going after the Forest Troll Berserker and the Forest Troll Trapper. The Blade Master is still low on hit points. What is he going to do now as he heads back down to the south? Shadow Hunter looking to get some additional experience as well. All right, I believe the Paladin does get to level 3. Level 2 Holy Light, pretty much bringing back that Rifleman already. Blade Master going to sneak on its way out. Does have a Staff of Teleportation, will be able to break free here in just a moment. Meanwhile, Sentry Wards, if you did not know, the Sentry Ward, well, length of life is now down to 3 minutes from 5 minutes in this upcoming patch. Blade Master gonna go ahead and look to engage here. Blade Master could get aggroed, and there it goes. Blade Master taking a lot of damage right there. There's Dust of Appearance, and is that Blade Master just gonna continue to get attacked? Yes, it will. There's that Sentry Ward. Ogre Magi gonna get taken out right there, and down it goes. Item gonna quickly be picked up. Claws of Attack, or what was the item? I'm not... Well, it looked as though it could be a replenishment potion. That doesn't look like that great of an item from that particular drop, but I don't see anything else that would have equated or equaled that particular item there. All right, Holy Light should be coming across for that Rifleman. Gonna go ahead and stay alive a little while longer. Tome of Intelligence should get picked up, for some reason being left behind. All right, Blade Master. Oh, Sentry Ward gonna go ahead. Dust of Appearance reveals that Sentry Ward. That Sentry Ward will get taken down. Blade Master, however, still sitting at level 1. Shadow Hunter finally sitting at level 2, and we're not seeing the high levels that I was expecting in this matchup here. Blood Mage is going to be the secondary hero. Blood Mage, mana battery strategy, when you can, well, banish perhaps that Blade Master. That Blade Master is out of the fight, and once he gets back into the fight, well, all of the range damage starts to really add up. Blood Mage is going to be here, ready to go in just a moment. Meanwhile, off to the north, Raiders are going to perhaps be a little bit of a problem with that medium armor, giving them reduced damage here. And let's take a look. Paladin going to catch his opponent off guard here. All right, Scroll of Speed quickly being used, trying to focus down one of those Raiders. Raider down to 208 some odd hit points. There's a little bit of slow. Paladin purposely getting in the way of the Raider, and now, oh, a Grunt is actually going to have, well, second thoughts here. Let's take a look. Grunt, no upgrade on that range as of yet. Big surprise as the long rifle is now getting added in. Rifleman will be able to deal 400 damage per attack. Let's take a look. One lone Raider, about free damage right there to try and pick off that Raider. The Rifleman do deal 18 to 24 damage. And once again, well, Devotion Aura, although it is fairly effective, Blood Mage getting taken out in transit. What was that across over here? Blood Mage getting caught in transit once more, and Bizzare getting in some free experience on the board as the Blood Mage will get resurrected. All right. Raiders now going after the Altar of Kings. Altar of Kings is going to be repaired. There's a couple of ensnares now to prevent any sort of easy repairs coming across, as there you go, now finally coming in straight from behind. All right, Paladin is actually completely surrounded, unable to actually engage in on that fight. That squadron of units, there's the Hex there, as the Blade Master, well, gonna take a lot of damage. No easy reveal at all, as we're now looking at more peasants being trained back up. No upgrades whatsoever, and Bizzare is still in, well, or in a good spot. JohnnyCage, well, we'll see what he does to follow up. Over here to the top right, we are going into Stronghold. Orc Burrows have that fortified armor, and that's definitely what you want to have when you know your opponent's going for Mass Rifleman. Mass Rifleman can do a lot of damage, and because it is all range-based, well, things go sideways very, very quickly. Anyways, Blade Master now looking to pull back here. Rifleman with that range attack able to deal a lot of damage. Meanwhile, the Murloc, Tide Runners, and the Huntsman will all get finished off here in just a matter of seconds. However, the Paladin is still sitting at level 3, not yet at level 4. Back down over here to the bottom left, we're going to see an engagement once again. Staff of Teleportation. Keep bringing the Paladin back. Once again, you can take a look. Raiders are all here, and the Ultra of Kings not going to be able to be repaired in time. Too much damage once more, and it gets taken down for the second time. However, is it going to be worth it? Oh, yes, able to take down one Rifleman or one Raider as well. The Raider unable to get away. Perhaps if he had actually trapped 2 of those Raiders, that would have been absolutely worth it. Paladin does have Divine Shield that gives him that temporary invulnerability, and that's going to make it difficult. Meanwhile, the Blade Master and the Shadow Hunter both sitting at level 2, going up against a level 4 Paladin and a level 1 Blood Mage who really hasn't seen the light of day. Now, Rifleman should consider getting up to level 1 weapons upgrade. You already have a large number of units, and this is where the payoffs really start to work out here. Let's take a look. Rifleman going to go ahead and try and shoot down all of these units. After, I believe, you have 5 or 15 supply of a particular unit, that the payoff really starts to add in 100 on that upgrade. If you have the lumber, it does work out. Currently, however, supply blocked, and there you go, finally getting the level 1 weapons upgrade. Raider. Well, Raider is going to have a very bad day indeed. Is going to be able to get away. Rifleman getting into harm's way and gets that final shot off again. Paladin sitting at level 4. Blood Mage is out on the field. He also has 4 armor because of that devotion aura. Shadow Hunter Blade Master now making its way down to the south here. We're going to see a little bit of an engagement. Siphon mana away from that Overlord. We should be looking at a Holy Light onto that Rifleman here momentarily. A lot of damage being added. Perhaps we're going to see some more Siphon mana away. Try to get some of that mana, precious mana away from that Forest Troll High Priest and into that Blood Mage. However, it doesn't look like that will be the case. Ultra of Kings getting taken down for the 3rd time. Triple guard towers off over here, making it difficult to try and push on through, as the Riflemen will get level 1 weapons upgrades. Now, coming back the other side, Paladin sitting at level 4. We have a Hood of Cunning. That is intelligence and agility. Meanwhile, Blood Mage is now sitting at level 2. Riflemen are at 1-0 upgrades. No sign of 2-0 upgrades as of yet, as a lumber mill, well, a second lumber mill being constructed. Not quite sure what that is about, as the guard towers start to poke apart at those units here. All right, let's take a look. The Rifleman not going to be able to take down those Orc Burrows. Going straight after that fortified armor. Not going to be all that great news. Meanwhile, are we going to perhaps see a Flame Strike come in? That could perhaps burn a lot of that damage through, as the peasants now trying to repair this farm. Raiders now making their way down. There goes another peasant again. Rifleman turning into a very big base race again here. The Orc Burrows do in fact give a bit of experience though, since they are technically count as towers. So taking down the farms of your opponent, if you can actually take down some of those units. Nice dodge by the Orc Burrow to go ahead and run on inside. Supply count 58 over 40. No new units whatsoever. You're going to take a look. There goes another Voodoo. Well, there goes that Voodoo Lounge now, as Tauren are now out onto the field. This is patch 1.30. The Tauren do not come out with Pulverize, and that is going to be a big problem indeed. As the 58 over 40 supply, are those Tauren going to be able to start pulverizing and dealing AoE damage back to those units? All right, Blood Mage still off over here. Paladin could easily get some Holy Lights off to try and keep all of these units alive. Doesn't seem like that is the case. Bizzare is in a strange spot, as retreat is going to be difficult. All right, let's take a look back across over here. Holy Light is going to try and save that Rifleman. Let's take a look. Banishing onto the Taurens. Banishing again. So constantly banishing out those units, and then siphon mana away from the Shadow Hunter. Are we going to see a Holy Light on? Yes, Holy Light saving that unit there. All right, we could see another banish again. Blade Master losing a lot of mana. There is another banish. And, well, just shutting down all of these high supply units. Are we going to see the Tauren now get taken out? No, we are not. Banished to save a Rifleman. Holy Light could be followed up right there. As you can see, well, more and more damage getting added in. Pulverize, there you go, once again. That Tauren now taking down. Raiders gonna try and get back up again as we are taking a look at a Rifleman down to 3 hit points. Finally gets taken down. Shadowhunter sitting at level 3. Raiders now looking to back up again here. Tauren gonna be able to engage. No Holy Light. Oh, there's the Holy Light to try and save another unit. Scroll of Town Portal to get away. Are we gonna see perhaps Siphon Mana to try and pull some of those units back? No, we are not. A Raider does get taken down. Overall supply count is 38 compared to 57. As we now look at Bizzare using this Fountain of Health very effectively, but he has to be careful. If the Fountain of Health, if it does become Daybreak, all of these units are going to aggro before he is quite ready. All right, Siphon Mana, getting all of that mana away from that Forest Troll High Priest. Let's take a look at it again. Paladin does have a Potion of Greater Healing. He should be fine. Going to go ahead and siphon more mana out once more. We could perhaps be looking at Holy Light onto that Rifleman. Let's take a look at it. Yes, that Rifleman down to 423 hit points. I believe that was a Manual of Health or Tome of Knowledge. Meanwhile, back off to the north here. Well, this is going to be a potential Creepjack. Blood Mage shows up to the party, sees all of this going on right here. Doesn't make its way in as he knows that his opponent is fighting with his back to that Fountain of Health. When your opponent is fighting with his back to that Fountain of Health, he has a definitive advantage since all of his units are constantly going to be healed and you really have no way to try and stop it. Paladin, is it going to try and buy any more healing items at all? Scroll of Healing, Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Let's take a look. Human Army 47 over 54 supply, now going into tier 3. Griffin Aviary. This is going to be a drastic transition into Griffins. All right, Siphon Mana away once more, getting as much mana away from all of those units. There is another Tome of Knowledge right there. Meanwhile, what is the Blood Mage going to do? Perhaps the Blood Mage could try and take more mana from anyone else. No, not going to be able to do that. Vampiric Aura there. Holy Light, is it going to come in time? No, no Holy Light in time there as the Paladin was unable to save the unit. Now, Rifleman does get saved there as we are taking a look at the remaining units getting all finished off. Paladin does have a Scroll of Town Portal, will be able to get out of that tight spot as we are now looking at the Raiders diving in on this Blacksmith here. Are we going to see a Scroll of Town Portal to try to stop that? No, we are not. The Blacksmith has only upgraded, I believe, the Rifleman attacks to 1-1, not 1-2, as the Paladin now sitting at level 5, going to purposely back away, trying to get more mana again from that Forest Troll High Priest. However, a quick boulder removing much of that mana as the Scroll of the Beast should get picked up here. Back off to the north, Blade Master just fighting against all of these units here. However, the Blade Master should not be trying to engage, taking a lot of damage. Let's take a look at this. This one Blade Master could end up getting taken down. Is the Rifleman going to be able to get away? He is not going to be able to get away. And, well, even with 3 towers, still unable to finish off that building there. Blood Mage does have Scroll of the Beast. That is going to be a lot of bonus damage here in just a moment. Meanwhile, all of these units, all of these Taurens are now making their way over as we are going into Griffins. All right, this is a classic case of, well, I'm going to counter you, you're going to counter me. And he's purposely going for the bestiaries. He knows that his opponent, well, all of the counter units are going to be coming from those bestiaries. So if he can perhaps help it, he wants to try and fight back the other way. All right, there's a quick banish right there, trying to finish off more units. We are looking at the Spirit Walkers. Well, let's take a look. Another Tauren out in a bad spot here. Scroll of Town Portal, try and get away, and they will be able to do exactly that. Raiders are all going to go ahead and just teleport back out. All right, 55 supply, 2 Griffins out onto the field, 2 more getting trained. We are going to have a lot of Griffins up in the air in just a moment. Meanwhile, Blood Mage, currently low on mana, needs to take some mana from that Null Warden, and is going to be doing exactly that. All right, sucking all of the mana from that Null Warden. Meanwhile, Blood Mage purposely is holding that front line, getting a Pendant of Energy as well, up to 570 mana. Meanwhile, the Paladin should perhaps be the one holding onto that Pendant of Energy, as that would be the better item for him. Back across over here, Blade Master still sitting at level 3, Shadowhunter sitting at level 4 with a Robe of Magi, You are taking a look at 3 Griffins out onto the field with 2 more getting added in. 63 over 66 supply. More farms need to be built. And this just may come as a giant shock. All right, Holy Light is going to be able to save that. Yes, no, not the Holy Light. It is going to end up being... Well, there's a Holy Light now. It is going to be the banished. Griffins now show up to the party, and here you have it. Griffins are all at the party here, ready to go, ready to deal a lot of damage. Raiders are now coming across with ensnares. The Troll Bat Riders are coming in as well, but they are not suiciding as of yet for some strange reason. All right, there's a suicide, but is it going to be enough damage? Paladin still out onto the field. Scroll of Healing here, ready to go. Griffin should be able to finish off many of those units. There goes another Spirit Walker, and the Torrents could end up getting taken down. All right, this could be a potentially big problem. Let's take a look at this. No easy way to try and pull any of those units back. Holy Light. Well, what's going on here? The Tauren down to 105 hit points. Scroll of Speed now being used. Riflemen are chasing as the Blade Master has nowhere to really go. We do have an expansion by Bizzare off over here. 58 supply over 80 compared to 58 over 66. The Militia getting called over, doing a great job. Meanwhile, the Shadow Hunter trying to retreat again. Paladin is almost at level 6 now, but at level 6 with an air army, Resurrection is not going to be that great. You need skeletons in order for it to really be that helpful. As you can take a look, a Troll Bat Rider getting finished off by all of those riflemen and those well-timed shots there. Paladin purposely dropping that pendant of energy. Gonna wait until the Blood Mage was out of mana, and now that Paladin back up to 555. That is gonna be a large amount of mana indeed. Altar of Kings taking some damage here. As we take a look, Griffins could all just try and finish off this great haul. Paladin sitting at 1100 hit points. We could have a Holy Light here. 600 hit point burst heal is very effective. Meanwhile, Blade Master is trying to take down an Altar of Kings by himself. And, well, JohnnyCage is saying, you know what, I don't mind losing that at this point. Griffins, Blade Master, massive repairs getting underway. Let's take a look. Are the Griffins going to be able to perhaps shoot down that Tauren? This very, very tight spot right here. No masonry upgrades at all. There goes one as the units are now looking to back up. However, the Town Hall has been, or the Great Hall has been finished off, and now there is no mining left. What you see is what you get. Going after these buildings, not much can really be done here. Meanwhile, a Torrent is about to get taken out or taken down by the hands of the guard towers. No experience given there. Let's take a look back off to the north. Paladin continuing that push. A lot of burst damage. The Griffin Riders 45 to 55 damage. Is it actually doing a little bit of splash damage? Yes, it is. Those Storm Hammers are hitting the target right behind it as well. Meanwhile, well, there is a lot of repairs going on inside here to try and stop the other side as well. Let's take a look at this. Blade Master, Blood Mage, excuse me, and that Paladin ready to make its way back down. Peons now making their way out. If this turns into a base race, well, this is going to be a tough spot to be in. Meanwhile, the Troll Berserkers going up against Riflemen. Who's going to come out on top? The Riflemen can just easily shoot down this Troll Bat Rider. There it goes. Gets it taken down in pretty much a second, as the Paladin is not going to end up falling anytime soon. Meanwhile, Blade Master is going to be, well, trying to finish things off here. And here you go. Here's the engagement that we're looking for. There is a quick banish onto the Shadow Hunter. But what's really going to happen here as the Shadow Hunter tries to get away? Well, are they going to be able to get a big surround off onto any of those units? Onto that unit? That is the question right here. Shadow Hunter is going to get banished again. No, it is. Oh, yes, it is. It is slightly slower, but not big enough of a difference. Meanwhile, back down to the south here, nothing really going on. Griffins trying to finish off an Orc Burrow, and it looks like it's going to be able to do exactly that. Blade Master with an Orb of Lightning finishing off multiple units here. No repairs, and without any repairs, that's going to be a tough spot to be in. Let's take a look. Blade Master going after those units again. There's a purge, and one Griffin Rider will not be able to make its way back out. Paladin does not have a Staff of Sanctuary. That is perhaps one of the biggest mistakes right now, but he does have a lot of, well, Devotion Aura level 3. Level 3 Devotion Aura, so it must have been a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability earlier used, as the Paladin is giving +5 armor to all of these units here. All right, +5 armor, very, very great indeed, already up to 12 armor. The Griffins with 7 armor, no other upgrades. And, well, 7 armor as opposed to 0 armor that is normally on a Griffin. There is tier 1 upgrades, and that is it. Let's take a look back across here. Raiders are going to be dealing bonus damage to that fortified armor. Meanwhile, back across over here, we're going to take a look at the fortress getting taken down. 39 over 10 supply compared to 53 over 66. This is going to turn into a pure base race. A Griffin Rider, however, taken out in midfield at the hands of a Blade Master with an Orb of Lightning. All right, who's going to be able to hide buildings? This may just turn down into a building base race at the very last moment. Paladin sitting at level 6, Blood Mage sitting at level 5. No Flame Strike either. What is going on here? It is going to start to reveal your opponent. The Voodoo Lounge is down across over here. Multiple buildings getting taken out across here as well. And there is a Goblin Zeppelin who has actually, well, dropped off units here. All right, we may see this one particular tree getting taken out. And once it is taken out, you will end up building a farm right there, and that does cause major problems. On top of that, the Blood Mage could siphon mana, getting mana away from that Blade Master, gonna be very key and critical as well. There is a peon off over here. Who's gonna be able to hide? And that is the important question. Back down across here, Raiders looking to finish off the Griffin Aviaries. 2 siege units trying to do a lot of damage here. Meanwhile, the larger army, the larger human army going after all of these buildings here. Blood Mage, what is going on here? Blade Master gonna try and hide. This one peasant gonna try to make its way through, and there is that farm that I was talking about. And, well, Johnny is gonna be in a good spot unless that farm is spotted. Orc Burrow being built here as well. And let's take a look. Peon, well, gonna try and hide some buildings as well. However, you are gonna be revealed to your opponent. The difficulty is whether or not you can get your unit there. That is the question. Perhaps, getting another tree taken out right here. This is going to be, timing is going to be crucial to try and make sure that the Blade Master or any other units can take down that building. All right, Lumber Mill about to be taken down. There is still 200 gold for the human player. Meanwhile, the Orc player has 480. We could be looking at perhaps, is it an expansion being built somewhere? This peon could try and build an expansion right here, but that would potentially be a mistake. But then he has to also find where it is. No, down to 144. It is going to be a Great Hall. All right, so there is a Great Hall being built right there. The Griffins, however, are going to be able to spot that. Raiders and all of these other units, perhaps they should be going off over here. Lumber Mill about to get taken down as well. Meanwhile, back off over here. There's one forest or one troll berserker there. Is there enough room to build a farm there? I don't know just quite yet. Orc Burrow about to get taken down. 194 gold. That's going to end up falling here. This Great Hall, if it gets to fortified armor and completed, it's much more difficult to take out for this rifleman, caster, rifleman and Griffin Rider army. All right, heading back across over here. Let's take a look at this. Watchtower is not shooting at the Griffins, but then again, it doesn't really matter at all. Blade Master now heading back off over there. All the units are in a bit of a run. All right, building an Orc Burrow here as well, off to the north, as there is a Goblin Zeppelin looking to see if they can perhaps take down this one farm. This peasant trying to clear out these buildings here. Meanwhile, Griffins are going to be able to scout out this location here. It could get canceled, and if it does get canceled, the peon will be able to rebuild something else here in just a moment. That is going to be key. Trying to get every little bit of gold. Is the peasant going to be able to do anything? No, it is not. And we are now in a massive run again. Oh, no. Grunt and Force and the Troll Berserker running straight into the wrong spot. And that is going to be a problem. Blade Master now going after the farm here. Meanwhile, back across over here, Goblin Zeppelin is going to spot both of these farms, and this is going to be a problem. Can you take down these buildings in time? Raiders are dropped in time here to try and finish this off, to finish off this building here. All right, the peasant just hiding out over there. What is going on? The Raiders, is they going to be able to finish off this last building, and it looks like this building will get taken down as the Raiders need to, well, get picked up and then try and finish off this last farm here. Pick up those units, and that could be it. I think that is the last building. Raiders now showing up to the party here. Everything is just trying to hold. Why aren't you picking up those units? That could be the difference. Picking up those units right there. Meanwhile, Blade Master still hiding out over here. We can see Griffins are hiding out over here. Is that the last building? No, it is not. There is a new farm being built right there. These Raiders are... The Raiders need to get picked up finally. Gonna go ahead and get picked up here. Are they gonna find this last farm? That is the question. Griffins finding the Voodoo Lounge right here. It's about to get taken down again. There is still one building off over here. Is this last farm gonna get taken down? He is trying to fight back, and that is it. That is the game. The human army much, much larger, but unable to win the base race. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.